Hi, this is Dee-Dee Devon of Divine Intervention Lifestyle and Nutrition Health Coaching, here to finish up my series on 10 mastery level coaching techniques to help you in understanding where anxiety and fear live in our body and how to subdue it. And not just now in this time of uncertainty, but in any situation you find yourself in where you begin to feel that love, safety, or belonging is being threatened. My final technique is going to be a variation on parts work, and it's kind of a cool thing because it combines parts work but also uses the wisdom of the body. I also refer to it as voice dialogue. And this is a really simple way to get a part of you to come forward and speak. So, for example, if you're feeling anxious, where in your body do you feel anxious? Because anxiety lives in our thoughts, and then there's somewhere in the body where we'll feel it. And if you can just allow yourself to sit and feel it, you will notice. Maybe your throat tightens. Maybe your stomach gets crunched. Maybe your solar plexus feels covered or your heart hurts. And so asking yourself, where in your body do you feel this? And then really tune into that part. So let's say, for example, my throat closes when I feel anxious. So I tune into that part and I would ask my throat or whatever part of your body that was feeling that anxiety, you would ask that part of you, if it had a voice, what would it say? And then we allow that part to speak because that part has a lot to say and it's coming from, let's say, the throat area. And what's going to happen is the more that part talks, like the more the throat talks to me, that part starts to relax. Because part of the problem with what we're holding on to in our bodies is that those parts just haven't been heard and they want to be heard. It's why they're like squeezing and contracting. Please, please hear me. Please listen. And so if we can just listen, and then usually that part starts to relax. And also, that part has a lot of wisdom to share. It's got something it needs. So this is one way to do that, is saying, where does the anxiety live? And then, if that part had a voice, what would it say? And if you begin to relax, great, you're on the right track. And if not, you could go at it in a different direction. Pause, shake, 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 erase, erase, erase. And then you could come at it in this way. Always, as in life, if something doesn't work, try anything else. We have options. And since this is going to be my last video on stress and anxiety, I wanted to share this as well. So we switch it around a bit. And let me ask you in another way. Where or when in your life did you feel most empowered and confident and in control? So you're going to go ahead and load up that feeling and then tell me, where in your body did you feel that? So let's go ahead and imagine that. Get a felt sense that of that when you felt empowered, confident, and in control. Now, let's say it's your heart, for example. Now imagine you had a volume dial and you are turning up the volume on that feeling and just letting that heart expand, expand, expand. And now, if that part of you had a voice, what would it say? What would it say about the circumstances you're in or the challenge that you're facing? And now, all of a sudden, you have your heart or whatever part of your body is speaking and telling you the wisdom of what it knows to be true. Then, based on what you've learned from your heart, what decision would you like to make about what's in front of you? So there's just two ways sort of to do a voice dialogue. And this is so powerful because it helps us access the subconscious mind, kind of like a little blind spot that's been in our way of what's underneath our fear and anxiety. And the part of us that has been buried or kind of shut down for so long, right? It's these parts of us that have been sealed off in some basement of our being with a sign on the outside that says, don't go in there, keep out. But there's great wisdom to be harvested in there. And sometimes when we're in our heads trying to come up with all of the answers, we just get blank. At least I do. And I've been a client of this work myself for many years. And it's like sometimes my critter brain just doesn't allow my mind to access anything. But when I get into my body, the mind relaxes. And then I can access different parts. And sometimes I come up with something that totally surprises me. What we want to remember is that our minds can justify things. They like to justify things. They have to justify things. But the body never lies. So it starts with slowing down, tuning in, and asking yourself, whatever is being held in our body, there's wisdom and there's truth in there. And you're also accessing your intuition. Your intuition is housed in there too. So there's so many powerful outcomes that kind of attention and focus on our feelings as an invitation to get curious and not run or hide. Alrighty, so as I come to a close here, I just want to remind you that it is possible to become more clear, more present, more focused, more capable as the stress rises if you're centered and clear. And then you can act. If you're anxious, frantic, overwhelmed, or unclear, take a break, take a breath, and try one of these 10 tools, which you can find them all back in my feed here or on my YouTube channel. And center yourself, come back to action when you're clear and ready to effectively act. I believe in you. I have faith in you. We're all in this together, and we will get through this together. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for following me, and feel free to share this with anyone that you know could benefit, and to reach out to me personally if you could use some more support and accountability around creating healthy habits that last. Because that's what I do, and I love to do it for you. All my best. Namaste, my friends.